It will not be a sleepless night in Seattle as John Schneider finally did it, folks. Drafted an interior offensive lineman in the first round. Grey Zabel out of North Dakota State at 18th overall. Welcome in to this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate you joining us. And I got to tell you, I am amazed. I'm very happy. I'm pleased. And this night could have gone a number of ways. There was a lot of talk that John Schneider was very interested in Teteroa McMillan from Arizona. He ends up going 8 to Carolina. He was way off the board before Seattle picked at 18. And then the Hawks get to the 18th pick. They were listening to trade offers. We had heard that if Seattle was going to go Zabel, that they would be interested in potentially trading down. That way they could still get him and get some other draft capital. That didn't work out this way. They didn't get an offer they were looking for, so they go ahead and get Zabel with this pick. And if you were going to go interior lineman, I know Tyler Booker was picked ahead of him by Dallas at 12, but by all indications, almost every scout, except that bozo Jerry Jones, thought that Grey Zabel was the best interior lineman in this draft. If you were going to go that route, you did about as good as you could have going with Grey Zabel. Let's tell you more about Grey Zabel. Comes to Seattle from North Dakota State. And I think we all, if we're being honest with ourselves, will admit it will be a big jump. It will be a learning curve for Grey Zabel going from the FCS level right up to the National Football League, where he's expected to be a starter. Weighs in at 312, 6'6", 23 years old, out of South Dakota, and his grades were fantastic. We'll go over those coming up in just a bit. You can see right there his overall PFF grade, a 90.4. His scouting report, plenty of run-blocking experience. That's good news for Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker III. He's very good in that department. Has some length concerns, but Seattle likely not going to ask him to play tackle, so that's okay. Could use some more weight to help with the power as far as that goes. His testing numbers of what exactly he did not do any sprints. He did have a vertical jump of 36.5, broad of 9.3, a shuttle of 4.6, a three-cone of 7.66, and he benched 26 total reps there in his testing when you combine his pro day and combine and all of that. And, you know, I'll say this. I'm very excited about this pick. And as I have said many times on this program, when evaluating this offensive line, you got a guy that I think is going to be here a long time in Charles Cross. Abraham Lucas, when he's healthy, is a very good right tackle, but it's a big if. And this coaching staff seems to be very confident in Olu. Now you add in Zabel. You got one more guard spot to potentially fill. You're looking a lot better with this offensive line heading into 2025. As Kobe Bryant once said, the job's not finished, but this is a very good starting point to take care of this, because the only thing that's holding the Seahawks from being a playoff team back in 2025 is the offensive line, and this is a huge step in the right direction. How would you grade the pick? A, B, C, D, or F? What do you think of the addition of Grey Zabel to the Seattle Seahawks? Weigh in the comments section. Let us know what you think of this pick. Folks, this is only the beginning of our draft coverage here on Seahawks Today, as we'll be with you all week long, bringing you our daily news and rumors. We're live on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, reacting to every pick as it happens. And we will continue to cover the offseason like no one else does. So I need at least 50 people to subscribe to today's video. We're getting close to 66,000 subscribers on the channel, but we need your help to get there. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. Subscribe now. You'll be glad you did. More on Grey Zabel. And what was so interesting, he played the tackle position in college, and now he makes this transition over to the NFL. And some people say he looks like a center. He looks like a guard. I'm not worried about it. I'll find a spot to play him because based on what we saw at North Dakota State, he did literally everything well. And these Pro Football Focus numbers are going to blow your mind, folks. His overall grade, a 90.4. A pass block grade of a 93.1. A run block grade of an 86.5. And he only gave up 1 sack. So what does that tell me based on those numbers? Here's the statement it makes. He does everything, literally everything well at a high level. The Athletic's Dane Brugler had this to say on Zabel. Zabel must prove he can consistently anchor against NFL power, but his light, flexible movements and strong hands keep pass rushers busy and displace defenders in the run game. A college tackle, he projects best inside at either center or guard, where he'll compete for immediate starting reps. And that's huge for Seattle. They will get him involved in this offense very fast. Before we go any further in today's program, let's tell you about our sponsor. That is Atlas, the new shaving company called House of Atlas. They gifted us one of their razors, and honestly, I'm kind of blown away. Not only does it look insanely sleek sitting in my bathroom, but it gives me an incredible close shave. It feels weird to gush over a lineup of shaving products, but truly, House of Atlas makes some of a kind stuff. Not to mention their products are all designed to look like they should have their own tech reveal. Now, they have some great products, from their razor to the shave cream, the aftershave. I enjoy it all, especially that shave cream. It feels so good and makes it so easy to be shaving your face. I've been liking their shave cream, the thick formula that shows me where I'm shaving and leaves my skin baby bottom soft. Their aftershave is awesome too. It doesn't burn like old school aftershave, but it does have a nice cooling sensation and smells really good. And now, for a limited time, they're offering 15% off your first order when you purchase any razor kit and the before and after set, which includes the Precision Shave Cream and Calming Aftershave. Use code CHAT at houseofatlas.com. That's HOUSEOFATLAS.com with promo code CHAT for 15% off your new razor kit and before and after set. Stop wasting money and time on shaving products that don't look good, aren't effective, and cost way too much. Visit houseofatlas.com today. Trust me, you'll love it as much as I did. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. House of Atlas, proud partner of Seattle Seahawks Today. Glad to have them on board on today's show. This draft already, and we're really just getting started with this thing, has taken a lot of different twists and turns. And when Teteroa and McMillan went off the board there with the pick by the Panthers at 8, which surprised most of us, we got to Seattle's pick, and I was saying to myself, this could be 5 different guys, because we weren't expecting some of the names that were available to be available at 18. But John Schneider, he stuck to his guns. They identified a player in Grey Zabel that they liked, and they heard some trade offers, weren't necessarily interested, wasn't what they were looking for, and they found a guy that I think is going to help this team out a lot. And when you look at the offensive line situation for Seattle heading into 2025, there's some big question marks with this offensive line of what they have to replace from what we saw last year, right? This was the group that we saw in 2024, and it was not good. I mean, Abraham Lucas had his, injury issues early on. They brought him back, and hopefully he's headed in the right direction. Anthony Bradford, he and Christian Haynes, the jury's still out on those guys. Olu, I think we're optimistic, but there's still some uncertainty. Is he going to play to his full potential? And with Laken Tomlinson gone, you would think that there's probably a decent chance Grey Zabel slides into that spot. And Charles Cross, you're just hoping stays healthy, because if he can, then he's going to be really good, and I expect Seattle to pick up that 5th-year option on him. Grey Zabel, for me, I think when we look back at this pick, this is one that comes with a lot of peace of mind. It would have been tempting to go receiver. It would have been tempting to go with one of those corners or to go with a safety of sorts. But if you're a team that's looking to compete, eventually you got to address those things that were holding this team back. And the biggest thing that was holding this team back was the offensive line. You invested at receiver already, bringing in Cooper Kupp. You invested in edge already in DeMarcus Lawrence. You got your quarterback in Sam Darnold, and now you got a guy to protect him. And I'll say this too. Not only does it help the run game for sure, but Sam Darnold, a lot of the issues I'd point to with Sam Darnold were pretty similar to Geno Smith when it came to holding the ball too long and taking a lot of sacks. And not only do we look at these running backs being excited about this pick, but now a guy like Sam Darnold has got to be feeling a lot better about himself. Like, man, now I'm getting the help I'm looking for. Now I can be in a position to succeed. And you still have a ton of picks. You still have plenty of opportunity to go get some receiver help, to go get some corners, safety, more edge, more offensive linemen here. This is a good starting point. Now you build upon from here and see where things go from here. Who do you want the Seahawks to draft next? 9 more picks to go, folks. Who do you want to see come to Seattle? Get in that comment section, weigh in, and let us know. Appreciate you joining us here on this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today. For continuing Seahawks coverage, subscribe now for free, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. More draft coverage all weekend long right here on the channel. We'll see you then.